behalf of the 22 U16 Eastern Challenge Organizing Committee, we would like to welcome visitors to the town of Sackville. We appreciate the dedication and hard work of each of the athletes here representing their provinces and hope that the spirit of competition and sportsmanship is evident each time you take the field. Au nom du comité d'organisation, nous désirons souhaiter la bienvenue aux visiteurs. Nous reconnaissons le dévouement et le travail acharné de chacun des athlètes ici qui représentent leur province et nous espérons que l'esprit de compétition et l'esprit sportif soient évidents chaque fois que vous sautez sur le terrain.
There's technical issues.
Okay. It is happening now. Ça se passe tout de suite, c'est fait. Ladies and gentlemen, messieurs, dames, we ask you to please rise for the national anthem. Messieurs, dames, debout s'il vous plaît pour l'interprétation de notre hymne national. We are pleased to have Dennis Livingstone with us, who is going to sing the anthem. Dennis Livingstone va chanter l'hymne national. Messieurs, dames, ladies and gentlemen, O Canada.
O Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est de fleurs glorieux. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Et le de francs trompés protégera nos foyers, nos droits. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Ladies and gentlemen, messieurs, dames, Dennis Livingstone.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Football Canada the U16 Eastern Challenge. My name is Craig Brad along with Paul Delmont and Roger Surrett on the campus of Mount Allison University Alumni Field. Today's game is between Team Quebec and Team New Brunswick.
Bonjour à tous, mesdames et messieurs, et bienvenue à Sackville, au Nouveau-Brunswick, pour le championnat Est-canadien du football Canada, de football masculin, moins saison. Roger Surrett avec vous, pour vous donner un peu la description et l'analyse en français. Et mes homologues anglophones, vous allez l'entendre tout au courant de la rencontre.
Yeah, we're here to see these players, see what they can put on the field. Remember, these are the best of teams for both Quebec and New Brunswick, and they're going to go out there and show what they can bring to football.
New Brunswick is going to kick off from the west of the field. They'll have the wind at their back here in the first quarter. Gil Allen, native of Sackville, right here, kicking the ball.
Quebec will be designated as the home team. New Brunswick will be listed as the visitor. Sur le cadran, Québec va être désigné comme l'équipe domicile et New
We're underway.
comme l'invité.
Quebec has the ball at their own 20. Up across the 35 and falling forward for a few more yards is Evan Pilon. And Quebec will start first and 10 from their own 39.
Evan Pilon avec le retour pour le Québec. Ça sera le premier essai et 10 à la 39 de la zone du Québec.
Okay, in good field position here, starting at their 39-yard line. Now we get to see what Quebec brings to the table.
Connor O'Connell is the starting quarterback for Quebec. Keyshawn Tabateau is the running back. Clément Boulanger, Caden Dewey, Jacob Lamontagne, Simon Talbot, and Augustine Louisier-Roy are the receivers. Handoff right side. Tabateau with a short game.
Et Keyshawn Schneider Tabuteau aucune place à y aller à sa droite, plaqué par plusieurs membres de la brigade défensive du Nouveau-Brunswick.
Just taken off to the right side of the formation, and just there was nowhere to go. They were doing some slide protection to the right, and the door just closed.
The rest of the starters for Quebec: Maël Savary, Zach Bellagiorno, Christian Brissot, Charles Ndilbinet, and Julien Bellevaux. Those are the old linemen. We have stoppage in play, so I will introduce the starting D for New Brunswick. Landon Dingy, Will Warman, Noah Terrio, and Cassius Clare up front. Tom Rogers, Ethan St. Pierre, and Nate Kinney are the linebackers. Kareem Luan, Darian Barton, Gil Allen, Liam Dixon, and Santiago Vincent are the DBs.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Temperature at game time, 29 degrees with the Humidex 37. It has been a warm one all day here in Sackville, but we're lucky to have the breeze coming in for this second game, ladies and gentlemen. So it's kind of like being at in an AC unit here upstairs on top of the press box.
We do have a great view from up here, that's for sure. If we don't blow away the wind. Roger, it's you're not from Sackville.
No, I'm not.
We forgot to tell you to bring your harness.
Some of us just rely on our weight for our stability.
Well, I got some weight there on my end as well, you know.
All right, second and 11, we got a flag.
Mouchoir sur le terrain.
Legal procedure against Quebec.
Mouvement sur la ligne offensive avant, et maintenant ça va leur faire reculer de 5 verges. Deuxième essai et 16 maintenant pour le Québec.
Yeah, just that early procedure call, just pushing them back another 5 yards. It's giving them a long field for the second down.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion. O'Connell's talking to the bench about the snap count. It seems the first couple plays of the game. These guys don't play together much, right? Second and 12 for Quebec. Slot back sweep, left side, lots of room there for Dewey. Dewey is escaping, he's at the 20, he has the speed, he has the room, he has the touchdown!
Et quel jeu de la part de Caden Dewey. Aller de sa droite en allant vers sa gauche, reçoit le ballon et court sur la ligne de côté, touché Québec.
Just pure out speed. He got around the corner. They didn't seal it. He got past that first block and just took it down the hash marks, and just pure speed. No one could catch him.
That's one of my favorite plays in Canadian football. The slot back sweep. It's fantastic when it works. It's a thing of beauty.
Especially when it's going to the field side.
Yep. That puts 6 on the board for the visitors. And we played, what is that? 1 minute and 9 seconds. What's going on here now? Oh, they want to kick the convert from the hash mark. Okay.
Malachi Jacob pour le botté de transformation. À Élie de l'avoir botté sur le côté droite.
And right off the goal post by Malachi Jacob.
Dévié sur le poteau. Ne compte pas. 6-0 sur le toucher de Caden Dewey.
I'm not sure if there was some sort of preference behind going to the hash mark, but it didn't pay out in the long run.
No, that's not that often you see one off the goalpost, but they're there for a reason.
Having kicked, if you tried to kick the goalpost, you could try and try and try and try. It only happens in game time.
That's right. But if you look at, for in the kicker's perspective, Malachi Jacob, maybe for him it's more comfortable to kick more towards the left side.
Exactly.
So for him, looking at that, that played a factor into Quebec's decision for kicking on that end. But he hit the outside part of the goalpost. Still 6-0 for Quebec.
We want to quickly take time to send out thanks to Football Canada's national sponsors and partners, Sport Canada, Volt Athletics, Game Start, Avis, Invictus Gloves, Opro Mouthguards, Watch Game Film, and the CFL. Thank you all for being a part of the Football Canada team. Jacob with the squib kick. Picked up by Team NB, Noah Brannon. He runs up the numbers across the 35 to the 36.
Le retour de Noah Brannon pour l'équipe Nouveau-Brunswick. Premier essai et 10 pour les Néo-Brunswickois à la 36e verge.
The biggest thing when you get those balls coming in low, you've got to just make sure you have control, make sure it doesn't bounce out, secure it, and then see what you can make of it after you get the football.
Yeah, it can take those weird bounces to the left, to the right, and if you're not in good position, you know, that opens the door for Quebec to possibly regain control.
Oliver Hicks, starting quarterback for Team New Brunswick, hands it off. Nothing doing up the gut on the running play.
Aucune verge sur la course pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Noah Crowley impliqué dans le jeu.
Just nothing up front. He was hoping to get a little bit of push, but they were stalled up, and he got stalled right at the line of scrimmage.
Starting offense for New Brunswick, Logan Bell, Thomas Eamon, Nick Schmidt, Eric Sancour, and Lucas Snowden up front. Samson Green and Noah Cowley are the running backs. Aiden Fitzgerald, Matthew Dingy, Noah Brannon, and Laurent Dupuis are the receivers. And of course, Oliver Hicks is the quarterback. Nothing doing on second down.
Oliver Hicks, son lancé incomplet. Beaucoup de pression par la brigade défensive du Québec. Et maintenant, ça sera un botté de dégagement pour le Nouveau-Brunswick sur la 3e essai et 10.
Yeah, he was on high pursuit on that bootleg, went off to the right side of the formation, just wasn't able to make connection with the receiver downfield, which was Noah Brennan.
It looked like Quebec was on an all-out blitz on the right side, and that O-line was for New Brunswick was not ready for that, and it forced Hicks to go to the outside. Couldn't get set for a good pass.
Gil Allen with the end-over-end kick for New Brunswick, dribbles out of bounds just inside the Quebec 50. They're going to mark it at the 49. Quebec will start 1st and 10 from there with a 6-point lead.
Québec va commencer avec le ballon dans leur côté du territoire à la 49e verge. Bonne position de terrain pour le Québec pour la 2e position de ce premier quart. Mène 6-0 avec 9:37 à faire dans ce premier quart.
The wind is almost going directly across the field now, and just even with the punt, he didn't get a good handle on it and wasn't able to get good contact, and it just drifted and fell short.
1st and 10 Quebec at the 49. Premier et 10 pour l'équipe du Québec à leur 49.
All right, on 1st and 10, O'Connell has a lone setback. Lots of motion. Going to throw this one down the seam. It's caught quickly by Simon Talbot. He's tackled just before he gets to center field, gain of about 5 on the play.
Le lancer de O'Connell à Simon Talbot pour 5 verges, 2e essai et 5.
Yeah, Nate Kinney in there on the tackle on that one, but he was just caught the football right in front of the linebackers.
2nd and 4, 2e et 4.
2nd and long 4 for Quebec. Quick hitter right side, caught by Dewey. He escapes a couple of would-be tacklers and tiptoes his way to the 49 of New Brunswick for a 1st down.
Caden Dewey avec un lancer attrapé de Zachary Deschamps. 6 verges, premier essai et 10 pour le Québec.
Dewey's just hard to get your hands on him. He was able to, he had a couple guys coming in on him, and he was just able to deke around and get that 1st down yardage.
Line of scrimmage is the 49.
From the 49 of New Brunswick. Quebec, 1st and 10. A little bit of a high snap, but they get it down into the breadbasket of Tabateau. He has a seam left side, a lot of speed, a lot of carpet, and 6 more points.
Keyshawn Schneider Thibodeau avec une course de 49 verges trouve une ouverture sur le côté gauche de la ligne. Touché, Québec.
And a flag well after the play.
Yeah, he just, they were opening up into zone. He just went into it, you're supposed to close up once it becomes a running play, and they had good blocking up front. The receivers they were trying to cover gave a good lead blocks, and he was able to exploit it.
Okay, we have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty assessed against Quebec, probably over-celebrating after the touchdown.
Objectionable conduct on the play, conduite répréhensible et la punition.
Okay, now we have a traditional center of the field convert try coming here.
Will attempt the convert.
From Jacob.
Beauté de transformation pour Jacob est réussi. 13-0 Québec avec 8-22 à faire dans ce premier quart.
13-0 score for Quebec with 8:22 remaining in the first quarter.
I'm almost going to say it's all about the big plays, and so far it's only been the big plays. Just getting those running plays turning into just all out. There's just everyone's in the chase, and no one's able to stop them up.
This quarter is brought to you by Volt Athletics, the official supplier of online strength and conditioning services for Football Canada. To find out how you and your team can be in top competitive shape with sports-specific workouts, visit voltaathletics.com. Another kickoff coming up for Team Quebec. They're going to push this one back because there was the objectionable conduct penalty after the touchdown. So 10 yards further back, they'll kick off from the 35-yard line. So Brennan is, again, the deepest returner for New Brunswick, standing at his own 20. Kick is in the direction of Brennan. He corrals it on the numbers. Heads towards the center of the field, looks for a block, doesn't get any. Goes into the maul and gets near the 40-yard line before he's pushed back.
Brennan avec le retour pour le Nouveau-Brunswick sur le botté de dégagement et plaqué à la 40. Premier essai et 10 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Yeah, that was assisted first both by having to kick into the wind and also the fact they got the extra yards because of the penalty. But good, solid return, giving New Brunswick a start at the 40-yard line.
Starting D for Quebec, Thierry Jete, Laurent Parent, Louis Laurence, Ariel Diakesi, and Jeremy Burns are the DBs. Play action pass is caught by New Brunswick. 9-yard gain on the play.
Le lancer du corps arrière Oliver Hicks à Aiden Fitzgerald pour 7 verges. Belle manière pour le Nouveau-Brunswick à tenter de reprendre le momentum par les petits, à faire une feinte au porteur du ballon et un lancer rapide à l'extérieur.
How do you deal with the pressure? Run the slant.
Malachi Jacob, Johan Saint-Martin, Félix Gauthier, Samuel Boilly are the linebackers for Quebec. Emile Paradis, Jaden Arenas, and Thomas Vizina are the linemen for Quebec.
La passe de Hicks à Noah Brennan, incomplet. Troisième essai et 2. Maintenant pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Running a slant on the other side of the field, he just wasn't able to complete that, and just a lot of pressure from behind.
Hicks to Brennan doesn't work for New Brunswick. It brings up 3rd and 2. New Brunswick going to gamble, keeping the offense on the field. Just a big push, and quarterback keeper Oliver Hicks wiggles his way through the line and gets into Quebec territory with a big keeper.
Oliver Hicks avec une course de 11 verges sur le troisième essai et 2. Passe le centre de la ligne et trouve une ouverture. Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Nick Schmidt, the center, getting all the pats on the back in the New Brunswick huddle as he just opened that hole.
He just opened the hole, pushed forward, and once he got through the middle, he was able to carry it down for the extra yardage.
Guys in the trenches are going to be a good story here tonight. If New Brunswick can keep pushing forward on that D line from Quebec, it might create some openings here for New Brunswick later on in the game.
Samson Green with almost no yards as the snap was a bit high, and Hicks managed to get it into his breadbasket, but the play was kind of disrupted. No gain on the play.
Goes to Noah Crowley.
Loss of a yard on the play. Just lucky he was able to corral that. It was well over his head, and that disrupted the timing on the play.
So 2nd and 11 for New Brunswick.
Deuxième essai et 11 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Ballon est à la 51 de la zone du Québec.
Hicks rolling to his right. Under pressure. Ball is loose. Picked up by Quebec. And with the fumble recovery for the visitors is Saint-Martin. And Quebec have it, a glorious field position at the 41.
Noah Crowley perd le ballon.
Just trying to bootleg out to the right side of the position. He was trying to get rid of the football. Arm got caught, so it just turned from an incomplete pass into a fumble.
Sometimes when you feel the heat coming behind you, just try to protect that ball and live to fight another day. And I think that's where Hicks tried to do a little too much with pressure coming behind him, losing the ball, Quebec possession.
Quebec lead by 13 with 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. O'Connell gets the snap. He's going deep down the rail. He's got an open receiver and falling out of bounds with the big gain is Clément Boulanger.
Clément Boulanger avec une belle réception sur la ligne de côté. Premier essai et 10 maintenant pour le Québec.
Yeah, the defensive back got caught flat-footed on that one and just wasn't able to keep up with them. Well-placed pass, and he was able to reel it in for first down and great field position.
Ball at the 17 of New Brunswick. 1st and 10, Quebec from there.
Connor O'Connell qui a lancé ce ballon pour le Québec.
High snap, he gets it into the breadbasket of his running back, and a big running lane for David Gabriel Georges. He's in for another Quebec touchdown.
David Gabriel Georges, une course de 18 verges pour la toucher.
Just
maintenant à 19-0 pour le Québec.
Just a solid play. He had a nice little cut at the point of attack where the tackler was coming in, took it to the outside, and just ran it in for the 6.
So Malachi Jacob with another convert try. This one's up and true, straight through the middle. Nearly broke a window in the residences over there at Mount A, but I'm sure they have like liability insurance for that.
4 minutes 37 secondes à faire dans ce premier quart. Ça a été tout le Québec ici sur le terrain, sur le campus de l'Université de Mount Allison. 20-0 pour le Québec contre le Nouveau-Brunswick. 3 possessions pour le Québec, 3 touchés.
Yeah, they get the ball and they seem to put points on the board, and they're just being able to make their way through the secondary. It's just not being able to. Once they're in the secondary, they're just clear.
What I found is they get in the secondary, they look for the biggest space possible, and they run into it.
Well, exactly,
and it works.
I mean that just shows pure athleticism.
Exactly.
Once they hit the second zone, they look at all different options and where to go.
Yeah, and they pick the right one, and they're so fast. A lot of speed on this Quebec team. All right, new returner here for New Brunswick. Ball is loose, and jumping back on it with one of those heart attack moments was Noah Crowley, and so not that much harm done. Brunswick will start 1st and 10 from their 24.
Noah Crowley a perdu le ballon brièvement, mais l'a repris juste à temps.
Got to make sure he protects the football, and I could see him running up, and it's like when you're returning, just keep it close to the body because they're going to go out for the arms.
Oliver Hicks calling the signals for New Brunswick. gets the ball, puts it in the hands of his running back, and Samson Green barrels straight ahead for a gain of about 4.
Samson Green en allant dans le milieu pour 5 verges, deuxième essai et 5 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
He was met at the gap by Samuel Bowler, who just wrapped him right up and kept him and stopped him up.
So second and somewhere between 5 and 6 for New Brunswick. Going to run again. Green again runs into the back of his lineman, but then changes course and gets the first down for New Brunswick.
Samson Green avec une course de 9 verges. Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Green avait une ouverture à sa gauche, mais en frappant dans son joueur de la ligne offensive, l'a envoyé vers le milieu du terrain, mais a quand même pu avoir le premier essai.
Yeah, Green was just able to exploit the gap, stay behind his blocking, and get the first down on the play.
Green had options as well. He could have went left. There was an opening there, but he decided to follow his blocker like you just said. You know, keeping it safe, get the first down.
Louis Laurence was a tackler on that play for Quebec. On this one, the tackler is the big man up front as Green gets almost no yards, as we will give that
I see a flag on the play.
As Jaden Arenas Michel with the tackle, and we'll wait and see what the flag's about.
Mouchoir sur le terrain. La course de Samson Green pour aucun verge.
Oh, it's a mouth guard warning. Okay, so no penalty on the play, just a warning issued to Quebec about a player not having his mouth guard properly inserted before the play.
Aucune pénalité, c'est un avertissement à un joueur de l'équipe Québec de ne pas avoir leur porte-dentier mis dans leur bouche avant. Le protège-dentier, excusez.
Second and 10 for New Brunswick. Hicks throws it out, sails over the head of the intended receiver on the left side, as not being able to catch up to it was Noah Brannon.
Le lancer de Hicks incomplet, troisième essai et 11 maintenant pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Et les Néo-Brunswickois vont tenter un botté de dégagement.
Yeah, he had 2 receivers on that side, and Brandon was supposed to go out to the outside of that pattern, and he stayed in close towards the numbers and just couldn't get to the football in time.
Caden Dewey back to return the kick for Quebec. He'll stand near his own 35 to receive the kick from Gil Allen. Flag flies as Allen catches the ball.
Mouchoir sur le terrain.
Good kick. Bounces away. Receivers still trying to corral it. Backs up to his 20. Makes a couple man miss. This is Dewey. He's fast. But New Brunswick keep the pursuit up and tackle him just outside the 30.
Dewey, après avoir eu un peu de difficulté au début d'avoir pris le ballon, le prend et fait un retour de 11 verges.
I think that's the best punt we've seen today. Just good high spiral, catching the wind, just riding that wave, and just great distance down the field.
We'll wait and see what the officials have to say about that flag that was dropped as the play started. All right, what do we got? We have offside
Quebec.
and holding Quebec.
Donc, 2 pénalités, les 2 sur l'équipe du Québec, hors jeu et pour avoir retenu.
So that should bring it back. Well, the offside they wouldn't take.
I think you decline the
Offside and then take the holding.
Because the offside would be like replay the down, 5
Down,
yards
yeah.
difference. They weren't close enough for a first down. They got good field exchange there. All right, talking it all over. Okay, the bench has given instructions to the officials as to what penalties they want to keep. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, referee. We got offside declined, holding accepted. And we will, that means possession goes to Quebec. And a 10-yard penalty is assessed from the 35-yard line. And Quebec will start 1st and 10 from their 25.
Donc, la pénalité pour hors-jeu a été niée, mais pour l'avoir retenu a été accepté. Un recul de 10 verges après le plaqué. Premier essai et 10 pour le Québec. Ballon est à la 25 avec 1 minute 57 secondes à faire dans ce premier quart.
O'Connell calling the signals for Quebec from his own 20. Play action pass, dumped out into the flat. And Dewey, again with a head of steam, go to outrun everybody down the sidelines at the 35, the 30. There's a player with an angle, but not a good one. And Dewey with his second touchdown of the quarter for Quebec.
Caden Dewey, son deuxième touché du corps. Cette fois-ci sur un attrapé et une course de 80 verges. Seulement un jeu que Québec avait besoin ici sur cette possession. 26-0. Avec encore 1 minute 36 à faire dans le premier quart.
Give it to Dewey. He's going to outrun everyone. If you haven't got a lead angle on him, you're not catching him. I will question that one block over there. I was surprised not to see a flag come out.
It looked like it was a little bit behind there, Paul, perhaps?
Yeah.
Convert is good from Jacob.
But that Caden Dewey can fly. Wow. He's had over 100 receiving yards here in this first quarter, along with 2 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, no, he's just speed. He's pure speed. He's on someone's watch list.
He should be on Team New Brunswick's watch list for the rest of this game. 27-0 is the score after the convert, and yeah,
he has Gary Ross-like speed.
He does. He does. Those of you who are in this part of the world who watched Gary Ross in the mid-aughts, some 15 or so years ago, when he got the ball in open space, it was 6 points, and Dewey seems to have that same magic to him. His first touchdown was on a sweep, wasn't it? So he's done the sweep and he's done the catch and run from the flat.
Well, the first touchdown, it was sweep. Was it a return one? No, that was. No.
In any event. Here's Jacob again kicking it off. You don't like it. If you're in New Brunswick, you don't like it when the other guy's kicker is getting a lot of practice kicking off. Goes Brennan. He running sideways and is tripped up at the 25.
Brennan avec le retour pour le Nouveau-Brunswick, plaqué à la 25. Premier essai et 10 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
We have a flag on the play.
Un mouchoir sur le terrain. Au début du deuxième quart, il mène 27-0 après 12 minutes de jeu.
I'd like to say, Quebec's in familiar territory with the same drive, but most of the drives have been pretty darn quick. And
after one quarter play, score Quebec 27 and New Brunswick 0. OPRO are proud to be the official mouthguard of Football Canada. OPRO provide the world's most technically advanced range of mouthguards, ensuring every athlete has the best protection for their teeth. Stay protected and buy your Football Canada mouthguard at opromouthguards.com. OPRO is spelled O-P-R-O.
Thank you for being part of the Football Canada team.
So it's 27-0, and that was into the wind, as it were. I mean, the wind's a bit more to the side, but this is, in theory, they have the wind at a bit more in their favor this quarter.
Does Quebec, yes. It's a very quick turnaround between quarters here. Not quite as humid and scorching as it was for the afternoon game between Ontario and Nova Scotia. Won by Ontario, by the way, so they will go into the 7 o'clock game, the championship game on Sunday evening against the winner of this tilt. The third and fourth place game will be played at 4 o'clock Atlantic time on Sunday afternoon between the loser of this game and Nova Scotia. Here we go, second quarter of football underway. Another high snap. That's the order of the day. LaPointe plays strung out. and he is tackled by New Brunswick's
Tom Rogers.
Tom Rogers.
Paul-Antoine Lapointe en allant à sa droite, plaqué par Paul Rogers pour une verge. Deuxième essai et 9 pour le Québec.
Actually, he lost a yard on that one, Roger.
Yeah.
It's 2nd and 11.
Rogers was breaking through, and then it's like running back, quarterback, running back, and just wrapped around on his legs.
O'Connell barking some signals. Quebec checking on the blocking. He evades the blitz, throws it up. Oh, we got some pushing there, and catch is made.
Which way was that push?
Oh, that looked like offensive pass interference to me, but we will see. I think that was Talbot with the catch, 14 for Quebec. But we'll see what the officials think about the contact there.
Simon Talbot avec la réception, mais avec un mouchoir sur le terrain pour être...
And also a flag in the backfield.
Oh, we got flags everywhere.
On a 2 pénalités.
Okay, holding against Quebec and pass interference against Quebec.
Pour avoir 2 punitions pour le Québec pour avoir retenu et obstruction à l'offensive.
Okay, so let's see what's going on here.
Break out those bat skills.
The official saying what? Holding. And he's like, and Brunswick like, can we have both?
I believe I heard from there, keep it all.
They're going to take the 15, the larger of the two. They don't get them both apparently. So that'll bring up 2nd and 26. This is what Paul and I call second and a postcode.
Deuxième essai et 26 pour le Québec après la pénalité pour obstruction.
All right, we have a... What do we got here?
Timeout.
Timeout here. I think Quebec took the timeout.
Temps d'arrêt pour le Québec.
Invictus is the proud football glove provider for Football Canada and its national teams. If you're in need of quality football gloves with unique and customizable designs, visit invictusgloves.com. Stick to your game with Invictus.
Yeah, they're just trying to figure out what their plans are right now. First time they've actually been in this sort of situation with this much yardage to catch. I've also noticed over there that I have a feeling the ambulance is over there to come up with some of the injuries from the previous game.
Yeah, we had a couple of Nova Scotia players leave late in the afternoon game. I do hope that there was talk of a collarbone injury for one, but I do hope that this looks slightly more urgent, or like maybe something in the crowd, Paul.
Okay, I saw them appear up there and then they moved.
In any event, back to football. I hope that whatever the emergency is, it's something that's rectifiable. Whoa, really high snap this time. Screen up the middle, and that ball was closer to the old lineman than it was the intended receiver. I couldn't find a receiver in that. Anyway, incomplete pass, a lot of pressure, broken play, and 3rd down for Quebec.
Mauvaise transition entre le centre et le corps arrière. Passe incomplet. Et pour la première fois dans cette rencontre, le Québec est forcé de faire un botté de dégagement sur un 3e essai et 26.
There's just a lot of high snaps. It was Zachary Bellogiorno who was the closest. Unfortunately, he wears the number 68, and not the one you want to catch the football.
No, I don't think he declared himself an eligible receiver before the play either. So Jacob into punt for Quebec.
Brandon is deep for New Brunswick.
Brennan back for New Brunswick.
Brandon profond.
Okay, Brandon. Oh, has it skipped past him? I don't know if he touched it. He's just going to pick it up at his own 2. Duck down and take his lumps as he gets the ball back to about the 9-yard line. New Brunswick will start deep in their own territory.
Noah Brennan qui a eu de la difficulté à jouer le ballon. Ça bandit en dessous de sa main. Il ne l'avait pas touché. Il l'a pris à la 2. Une course d'environ 8 verges. Premier essai, loin de le territoire pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
He was kind of hoping it would just sort of hop a little bit into the end zone so he could bring it back out again to the 1. But it checked up at about the 2-yard line. So he had to pick it up and make the best.
Making the best of a bad situation. 10.5 minutes left in the second quarter. New Brunswick trail by 27. They have the football deep in their own territory. Oliver Hicks throwing a screen pass. And Brannon can't squeeze it. Ball falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Oliver Hicks avec le lancer. Brannon l'a eu dans ses mains et l'échappe. Passe incomplet. Deuxième essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Brennan was coming out of that quick slant, and if he had been able to secure that, he had a nice open running lane in front of him, but just wasn't able to squeeze onto the football.
That brings up 2nd and 10. Hicks is over center. He's got a double tight end formation there. And they're running with Brandon, little student body right play. It gets out to the 20. This looks like a New Brunswick first down. Got some pushing and shoving up near the 30.
La course de Brannon à la droite. Juste assez pour le premier essai. Pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Yeah, he was just able to get around the right side of the formation with a whole bunch of escort in front of him and push forward for that first down.
That play's from the 1930s, isn't it? That's a classical football play. They're running that one before the forward pass was legal. All right, slot back run this time for New Brunswick, getting around the edge. Is Crowley, and he gets another big first down, 15 yards that time.
Une course du receveur de l'intérieur, Noah Crowley, qui va à sa droite. Deuxième fois en autant de jeu. Le Nouveau-Brunswick va commencer avec un premier essai.
Sweep towards the boundary side. It was sealed off, so he couldn't get past through on the hash marks, but just a great play for New Brunswick.
They go sweep right side again with the receiver. This time it's Brannon. 5 yards that time.
On va de nouveau à la droite pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Cette fois-ci, c'est Brannon. Une course de 5 verges. Deuxième essai et 5 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
They were ready for this time, and you don't normally want to see that same play happen twice in a row. Sometimes you get lucky and they're just not expecting it, but they knew it was coming.
Hey, listen, you get 5 yards every play, you score.
Yeah.
Now you got to do it every play. 2nd and 5 for New Brunswick. This time they fake the sweep and run it up the middle. And Green gains about 8, maybe 9 on the play and moves the sticks for New Brunswick.
Après 3 jeux de suite en allant à la droite, le Nouveau-Brunswick fait la feinte à la droite et va direct dans le milieu pour Samson Green avec une course de 9 verges. Premier essai Nouveau-Brunswick.
And this is sort of like a weird thing to have the sweep setting up the run in the middle, because the D-line bit and they pulled off to the side and they opened up the lane.
First down to Brunswick from their own 49. Hicks throws this one over the head of Brannon and falls incomplete.
Le lancer de Hicks incomplet.
Pass destiné à Fitzgerald.
But that defense was anticipating a Samson Green run, and they met him in the backfield.
They did.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely there, and he had the 2 receivers, Fitzgerald deep, but the ball was just a little bit too high for one and too low for the other.
Second and 10, New Brunswick from their own 49. Empty backfield. Hicks is going to roll to his left. Sidearms it in and out of the hands of Crowley. It falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Oliver Hicks qui va à sa gauche. Le lance à Noah Crowley, incomplet. Troisième essai et 10.
If Crowley had held on to that, he had good room going off to the side. That was a well-designed play going off the bootleg and getting the defensive back in the trail position.
So far, New Brunswick, the plays look good, but it's just a lack of execution.
Yeah.
And consistency. They'll run 3 or 4, and then the drive stalls. Gill back to punt. Drops inside his own 35-yard line. Who's on the return there, Paul? Get the number on that truck. Anyway, he's tackled, whoever he is, at the 35.
Aiden Tobin. Oh, excusez. David Gabriel
George on the return that time.
Sur le retour.
Yeah. Good contain on that one. Restricted the way you're getting back. And at least they're getting better on that coverage.
New Brunswick made some adjustments on that last drive, making sure that Quebec didn't score. Let's see if that continues.
Kinney with the special teams tackle for New Brunswick on that last play. Now, Quebec are going to try the sweep, and they go left side with it. Short gain for Lucien Roy.
Augustin Lucien Roy avec la course. Le receveur d'intérieur.
Although that said, he managed to keep going and got an early 9 on the play.
Well, Ethan St. Pierre came in, and he's supposed to try to get to him, and he wasn't able to wrap on the legs. And before we've had that, they've just gone down the field, so at least they stopped at less than 6 points. So.
Deschamps in at quarterback for Quebec. His handoff to Pilon, and he is stopped in the backfield by Ethan St. Pierre.
Ethan St. Pierre, l'athlète de Fredericton High School, avec le plaqué derrière la ligne du jeu, force le Québec à faire botter de dégagement pour la deuxième fois de suite.
Same sort of play we saw as last time, but this time he's able to break through, get a better angle, and wrap him right up. While the other one, where it was taking to the sweep off to the side, he ended up being a little bit more of a trail. This one, he was able to get to the running back directly.
So Quebec in punting formation for the second time this evening. And Jacob at his own 25-yard line. Brandon near his own 35 to receive for New Brunswick. Nice clean snap. Jacob, nice kick, nice spiral. Brandon has it go off his fingertips at the 35, and he just covers it.
Brandon covers. We have a flag on the
Brandon qui a perdu contrôle du ballon. Le récupère de nouveau. Et le Nouveau-Brunswick aura un premier essai à l'heure 35.
We have a flag on the field.
Thrown by the side judge, it looks like.
Un mouchoir sur le terrain, et ce sera contre le Québec.
Pointing towards Quebec.
That was a very good kick and no return. So if I'm New Brunswick, I'd probably ask for a replay if it's one of your options.
Yeah, I mean, in the case where he went down, he was on the knee and he touched the football, so he had to just cover up.
Legal procedure.
Illegal procedure, Québec. Procédure illégale contre le Québec.
Procédure illégale contre le Québec. On va reprendre le botté.
We redo it 5 yards back.
Et on va reculer de 5 verges.
So the re-kick, everybody moves 5 yards closer to the Quebec end zone. Jacob standing at his own 20. Brandon near the 35 of New Brunswick. Brandon shielding his eyes as he's looking to the west. That's where the sun is right now. Another high spiraling kick. Brandon has it go through his hands. And covered by Quebec.
Et Brandon pour la deuxième bottée consécutive. Le ballon va entre ses mains et tombe. Mais cette fois-ci, le Québec récupère le ballon. Et ce sera le premier essai pour le Québec à la 40 de la zone du Nouveau-Brunswick. Quelle erreur du côté des Néo-Brunswickois.
Looking straight into the sun, he wasn't able to get a good judgment on the ball. Went through his hands and sort of kicked forward one of his legs. And Quebec just dropped right on top of that, and now they have excellent field position.
I think it was number 95, Jaden Arenas Michel, who who recovered that kick for Quebec. So Quebec have it 1st and 10 at the New Brunswick 42. Quebec lead 27-0. O'Connell back in at quarterback, handing it off to Tabuteau. He dances his way right side for a gain of about 5.
Tabuteau, en allant à la droite, plaqué sur une course de 5 verges.
Schneider Tabuteau, le porteur de ballon.
Ethan St. Pierre is getting in the backfield like nothing stopping him. He's just, in this case, it was a bit more than pursuit and was grabbing him on the jersey from the back. But he's just getting his way right through that O-line.
Oh, he's the middle linebacker for New Brunswick. His job is to find the gap and then shoot through it. And he's doing that well so far in this game. Long snap count. They're trying to see what he's up to. He's coming on the blitz this time, is St. Pierre. O'Connell escapes through the side. Flag flies. O'Connell is going to run left side. Breaks one tackle. And is shoulder barged out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
O'Connell avec une course de 19 verges. Premier essai pour le Québec, mais il y a un mouchoir sur le terrain.
Early indication is holding against Quebec.
Yeah, no, it's exactly in that spot where you expect to see holding, and it was exactly at the point of attack.
Pénalité pour avoir retenu du côté de Québec sur la ligne offensive. On va reprendre le deuxième essai. Mais on recule de 10 verges, deuxième essai et 15.
Well, once they haven't moved the sticks yet, but it will be 2nd and 15, as Roger just said. O'Connell calling the signals for Quebec. Partisan crowd here, New Brunswick crowd calling for defense, of course. O'Connell's going to air it out right side. He's got a receiver going down the rail. It's caught. And touchdown, Quebec.
Clément
Boulanger.
Quel lancer de Connor O'Connell à Clément Boulanger. 45 verges pour le toucher. Québec, 33-0.
Yeah, he took enough time. They had a couple of different looks they had on there. They were showing hitch on the side, and he was able to break it down. I'm not sure if that particular defensive back is just getting a bit flat-footed, but he's always in the trail position, so they're exploiting that, and they just threw it over the top for the touchdown.
And these are the first points in the second quarter that has been scored. So New Brunswick has been doing some things right in the second quarter, but just there was too many open options for Quebec, and O'Connell just nice feather tip throw inside the hands of Boulanger for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think that hitch just froze that corner just for a second, and that was enough for Boulanger to get in the.
It was a good sell on that hitch.
Position, yeah.
Absolutely.
So as a result, the score now 34-0 in favor of Quebec. GameStrat is a sports software company that provides coaches with the ability to have instant replay during the game and on the sidelines, on the bench, or up in the press box. Coaches are able to make real-time adjustments with GameStrat, improving their overall team performance. GameStrat has quickly become the gold standard when it comes to sideline replay solutions for coaches, especially for football programs across North America. GameStrat prides itself on the quality of their products and customer service. Their system has the fastest video transfer times in the industry while also being extremely reliable and easy to use. Visit GameStrat.com to see for yourself. Jacob to kick off from the 45 for Quebec following the 45-yard touchdown pass. Brannon cradles it at his own 15 for New Brunswick. Gets up ahead of steam, but meets the cover team, most of it, at the 30, and he is stopped there.
He was checked up and nowhere to go.
Brannon avec le retour plaqué à la 30. Cette fois-ci, a fait sûr de protéger le ballon. Premier essai pour le New Brunswick. At least this time, Brannon made sure that he protected that ball at all time, at all costs.
Indeed. Still fighting the sun, by the way. There's a low sun to the west here.
Yep.
That's the New Brunswick playing from east to west, so they have to look into it on kicks, and did a better job shielding his eyes that time than Brennan in some of the other kicks. All right, Hicks dropping back to throw. going to the sidelines, and that ball sails over the head of the intended receiver, Crowley, up near the 45-yard line.
Le lancer d'Oliver Hicks à Noah Crowley, trop haut, passe incomplète, deuxième essai et 10 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Yeah, he had close coverage by Terry Andrew Jete, and he was just trying to throw it away from him, trying to get him to run under it, but he stalled up at the end of the route.
Second and 10, New Brunswick from their own 31, 3 minutes left in the first half. Hicks rolling to his right, looking to his right, throwing to his right, and just beyond the intended receiver, Anderson Crown. That'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Oliver Hicks roule à sa droite, passe incomplet. Receveur le plus près, Anderson Crown. Troisième essai et 10 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Ce sera un botté de dégagement.
If he could cut his lead on those passes by about half, they'd have a chance. But in both particular cases, you've got to get it to the point where the receiver can pull away from the defensive back and get to the football, but just way too far in advance in the last two cases.
Gil Allen kicked this one away for New Brunswick. David Gabriel Georges is the returner for Quebec, standing near his own 40. We have a little refreshment break here, as I believe with 2:50 remaining on the clock, that's the 3-minute warning.
We have a 3-minute warning imposed.
With 3 minutes to play in the first half, or a little less. Score, Quebec 34, New Brunswick 0.
The number shows a one-sided tilt, but there have been some improvements from the New Brunswick team, and they've been playing a better second quarter.
Absolutely. It looks like the defense is getting a lot tighter. Going into their gaps, stopping the run. Just got frozen for 1 second was the only difference in the touchdown.
Yeah, if we're calling the middle linebacker's name a lot for New Brunswick, that means his nose is clean, which means the D-line are giving him a chance. All right, Gabriel Georges takes the punt on the run and decides he's going to reverse field. He's got a good angle going left. He's at the 30. Does he have the angle to get in? He does. Flag flies as he crosses the goal line for a Quebec touchdown. But we have a flag back at the 40. We'll see what's going on there.
The umpire was looking over at one of the linesmen before he threw that. Almost like, did you see that? Yep.
David Gabriel Georges avec le retour. C'est un touché, mais il y a un mouchoir sur le terrain. Et ça sera pour un bloc par derrière sur le côté du Québec.
I don't know what that was. There was a bit of an altercation between two players away from the play.
I think there's going to be a bit of a discussion here on this one. No, that was on that when he was running in.
Okay, it's an objectionable conduct penalty against Quebec. The flag, those usually are applied after the play. However, the flag was thrown before the touchdown. So we'll see what the ruling is for that. It's objectionable conduct against Quebec.
Conduite antisportive contre le Québec, mais le toucher compte.
The touchdown counts and the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah, no, I mean on that it was a case of everyone collapsing in, like when they always talk, keep your lanes, and they got contained, but he broke outside the containment, and there was just no one on that side, and it got everyone into bad angle chase positions.
And Georges made a nice move to go from right to left.
Very, very good jump cut.
I just got them to all bite, and then took it out. And that's where that's where you've seen these returns. They're getting them to bite. They're seeing that lane collapse, and then they're getting to the outside.
That was shades of Marshall Falk, just stopping on a dime and just going juke right to left.
Jump cut.
That jump cut and go.
Yeah, my only question there was because that flag did fly before the touchdown was scored, so I was just making sure what the ruling would be. I'm sure the officials and the coaches were having a long conversation about that too. Yeah, so the convert will come from the usual spot. The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Le toucher va compter. Les verges de punition vont être ajoutées au botté d'envoi.
Botté de transformation.
Assigned on the kickoff.
So the conversion, Ball's on the peg. Nice kick from Jacob. Clean through.
Potée de transformation réussie, 41-0 pour le Québec. 2,28 à faire dans cette première demi.
And with 2:28 remaining in the half, Quebec 41.
So Quebec have scored every which way, it seems, almost. They haven't scored on defense yet, but they've scored on the run, they've scored on the receiver run, they've scored on the deep pass, they've scored on the...
They've recovered a fumble.
They have recovered a fumble.
They've gotten points off turnovers. They've gotten... Yeah.
Yeah, and we've just seen the return touchdown.
Just an overall dominant performance in the first half for Quebec.
Just speed, just so much speed on this Quebec team. It's
not even like they're trying to get back. Like they're not able to achieve the angle. It is there. Like they're just so fast out of it. By the time you're trying to, you can't get fast enough to get at that lead point to get to where the player's running to.
Yeah. So the kickoff will come from the 35 following the objectionable conduct penalty on the touchdown play. Jacob ready to kick it off. A
bit of discussion happening on the sideline.
Just trying to figure out again. Coach is all right. Coach getting confirmation of what I just said, that the penalty is assessed on the kickoff. So Brandon is the closer returner to the hash mark the kick is being taken from. And the ball does go in his direction. Brandon takes it going backwards at his own 15. Now it's turned upfield. Nothing but blue in front of him. And he does manage to get his body position going forward. And he's thrown down at the 30-yard line.
Brandon sur le retour pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Premier essai et 10. Ballon est à la 30.
Evan Pilon got a hand on the jersey and just didn't let go and was able to anchor him down, have everyone come in and finish off the tackles. But just good special teams play.
Yeah, good strong arms and hands there by the Quebec tackler. As I always say, that's why you do your lat pulls in the gym, for plays like that. Oliver Hicks from his own 30, 1st and 10, going to roll to his right, going to throw that way. Brandon has the ball slip through his hands and then gets walloped for his troubles by, I think it was Johan Saint-Martin of Team Quebec.
Yeah, just a perfectly timed hit. It looked like it was actually, it could have been...
Oh, Jacob, 8, not 9, sorry.
Yeah, Jacob.
Malachi Jacob avec le plaqué pour le Québec. Une belle plaqué sur Brennan. Deuxième essai et 10. Passe incomplet. Le lanceur, le corps arrière, Oliver Hicks. Derrière le centre pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. L'athlète d'ici qui joue pour l'école secondaire Tantramar.
All right, they're going to try sweep left with Brennan. He gets past the line of scrimmage, tiptoes the sidelines, and is knocked out of bounds at the 35. Gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah.
Porteur de ballon, Brennan, 5 verges. Troisième essai, 5 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
A lot of running just to get those 5 yards, but he got the sweep to the outside, and it just good solid coverage down the line, and just couldn't keep his foot inbound there at the 35-yard line.
At the 35.
That brings the punt team out of the field for New Brunswick.
Troisième et 5 à faire. La ligne de mêlée, le 35.
Who have we got back there? Once again, it's David Gabriel Georges. Scored a touchdown on his last return for Quebec. Allen to boot this one away. Whoops. A little bit of a sidewinder. Into the crowd. And no chance to return this one.
Mauvais potée de la part de Allen qui va hors jeu. Et le Québec aura du bon terrain à jouer. Ballon sera à l'intérieur de la 40 verges de la zone du Nouveau-Brunswick avec moins de 2 minutes à faire dans cette première demi.
For a moment there, I thought it was coming up our way.
So 1st and 10 for Quebec from the 37 of New Brunswick. A little under 2 minutes left. Zachary Deschamps in at quarterback for Quebec. Hands it off to Tabuteau. He runs straight up the middle for a gain of 2, maybe 3 if he gets a good spot.
Tabuteau qui va dans le milieu. Course de 2 verges, 2e essai et 8 pour le Québec.
Schneider tape dessus le porteur de ballon.
2 yards gain on the play and just choked up in the middle, but who knows? They've got such a diverse playbook of what's going to come next.
Well, it was Mr. Everywhere. Ethan St. Pierre was one of the tacklers in there again for New Brunswick on that play. Once again, this is Deschamps at quarterback for Quebec. His second appearance in the game. He looks to his left, throws a deep one. He's got a receiver kind of half open, and it's broken up at the end of the play. Flag flies.
Passe incomplet. Un mouchoir sur le terrain, ça sera obstruction du côté de la défensive. Donc, premier essai pour le Québec.
Well, that was close.
That was close. He was looking back towards the football. He was playing it. The ball was overthrown. Yeah, anyhow.
Liam Dickinson was the DB involved in the play for New Brunswick. He's going to feel a little hard done by, but the official was closer than we were. We will say that they saw some contact.
Yeah. To me, go up 2 levels, and that was a well-defended play.
Yeah. So 15-yard penalty for pass interference assessed against Team New Brunswick. We'll move the ball to the 20 of New Brunswick, 1st and 10 for Quebec.
Punition de 15 verges, premier essai et 10 pour le Québec. Ballon est à la 20 dans la zone du Nouveau-Brunswick avec 1 minute 38 à faire dans ce premier demi.
Handoff. Tabuteau twists out of the first tackle, carries the second tackler, bounces off the third, and finally goes down with a gain of 10.
Quel effort individuel de la part de Keyshawn Schneider-Tabuteau. En allant à l'extérieur, se divise sur 3 plaqueurs. Et c'est un gain de...
Gil Allen came in on the first part of that tackle, and the final sort of knockover blow, surprise, surprise, Ethan St. Pierre.
Ethan St. Pierre avec le plaqué qui connaît toute une première demi pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Une lumière positive pour cette brigade défensive du Nouveau-Brunswick. Premier essai et 10 pour le Québec.
Indeed, the brightest light, Ethan St. Pierre. End zone pass, nearly hauled in. Good one-handed effort there by Talbot. Ball falls incomplete.
Passe incomplet. Dévié sur le bout des doigts de Talbot. Deuxième essai et 10.
And Liam Dickinson, it just sort of was, you could tell he was a little bit gun-shy in that one because he was a bit far off the play just from what had happened before. But he was in a good trail position, but the ball was overthrown.
Second down for Quebec from the 10. Pass down the seam, left side, touchdown!
Touché, Québec.
Québec, touché, Québec.
Une belle passe à la gauche dans le coin. Et on est...
It was Augustin Lucier-Roy who hauled that one in.
Et avec le botté de transformation, le Nouveau-Brunswick et le Québec mènera 48-0 si le botté de transformation est réussi.
Just if one corner doesn't work, send it to the other corner.
Try the other side, yeah. So 47-0 with the convert pending. Ball's down, kick is up. That one's good. Down over the hill, heading eastwards towards Nova Scotia. That one making it 48-0 for Quebec with 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining.
In the
in the first half.
Quebec 48, New Brunswick 0. Avec 1 minute 2 secondes à faire dans la première moitié.
After the 3-minute warning, the longest 3 minutes in football.
Especially for Team New Brunswick. They did well for the first 9 minutes or so of this quarter, but Quebec has found ways to exploit some gaps in the secondary this time for Team New Brunswick.
Once they get outside the linebacking core, they're pretty much open on that aspect. And as we've been seeing, mostly the defensive backs are on the trail position. So if you can overthrow and they can get under the football, they're just gone.
Go up with the kick. Crowley this time for New Brunswick. Takes it at his 20. Crosses the 30 and secures the football, falling forward to about the 33.
Crowley reçoit le botté.
Crowley with the return.
Une course de 19 verges. Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Clément Boulanger being at the bottom of that pile on the tackle and bringing him down. But the Team New Brunswick sitting at their own 34-yard line.
Reminder, canteen is available for halftime.
Under 1 minute remaining in the first half. New Brunswick loading up the short side of the field for this play. Hicks is rolling that way, looking that way, and he's got nowhere to go. Flag on the play. I think we're going to get a face mask against
I was going, come on, you've got to call that one.
Anyway.
On aura une pénalité ici sur le côté du Québec pour avoir tenu la grille du casque protecteur.
Yeah, Kevin Antonio Baramona Medina with the tackle, the sack that time for Quebec, but there will be a face masking penalty to negate that.
And that was just one of those most unnecessary face masks because he had 4 guys around him. He was going down, and someone just reached high and caught the grill.
You know, the reaction from the defender was almost like, oh no, did I just do that? You know, almost like he did it by accident, but of course it doesn't matter. You grab the face mask, it's a penalty. First down, New Brunswick after the penalty. Ball at the New Brunswick 49. Hicks takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle, just a little bit behind Brandon that time. Ball falls incomplete.
Passe incomplet d'Oliver Hicks à Noah Brennan. Deuxième essai et 10.
Yeah, just he was going in the right spot, and the throwing lane was such they just got a little bit behind him.
2nd and 10 from the 49. Hicks hands this one off. Not much running room for Green. Matter of fact, maybe a half yard. It'll be a 3rd and long.
Samson Green avec une course d'environ 1 verge. 3e essai. Et un autre botté de dégagement pour le Nouveau-Brunswick avec 40 secondes à faire dans cette première demi.
All right, Gil Allen and the punt team steps out for New Brunswick. David Gabriel Georges is the returner once again for Quebec. Bit of a long count. New Brunswick trying to eat as much clock as they can. They may actually call timeout here once it gets down to the appropriate time, and that's what they do. New Brunswick called timeout with their last tick before being called for.
It's like, here's the timeout, 20 seconds. Go for it.
Yep.
A little different than the earlier game this afternoon as the lights are coming up on the field.
Indeed. Alumni Field with all the mod cons. Got the recycled tires down there on the field, painted green. We got the fancy lights.
And its national teams.
It's not like playing in mud anymore, Paul.
No, a little different. Not quite the same.
Not quite the same.
For customizable designs, at least, visit www.invictusgloves.com.
My only question, what are those red lines for? That red line. That one.
Which one?
The red line by the numbers.
Oh, lacrosse maybe?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
There's a cross line, yeah.
www.invictusgloves.com.
Okay, so it's 3rd and long. Punt team out for Team New Brunswick. Under 20 seconds left. Allen has one bounce away from Gabriel Georges. He takes it in the corner at his own 25. Gets around the first set of tacklers, but then is angled out of bounds by New Brunswick's Landon Dingy. And that'll bring up first down for Quebec at the 36-yard line.
7:02 left, probably just a quick running play, let the time run out.
David Gabriel Georges avec le retour, 7 secondes à faire. On pourrait juste voir une course ou seulement se mettre à genoux pour terminer la première demi.
What do we got here? Oh, they're not even going to do it. They're just going to they're not even going to do the kneel. They're just going to send them off. Wind the clock down. That's the end of the first half of play. After one half of play, score Quebec 48, New Brunswick 0.
That's a different, no, you weren't around for the earlier game, but a different game of football that we saw earlier today.
No, this, you can see that Quebec, their athleticism and their pure speed has shown from pillar to post. Right from the get-go, New Brunswick just has to come out of the dressing room and make some huge adjustments for the second half and try to find some positives to come out in this game.
They've got to work on some stuff. They've got some stuff working, as we saw, up until that very end. You know, you can only hold back that force so long, and then it just sort of breaks through. But you know, they've got to look. They got to look at a way to address the speed. They got to, and you saw there were some corrections to trying to keep them from getting to the outside, because once they get to the outside, it just became a foot race, and they're not going to win any of those.
À mi-temps, le Québec qui a dominé les premiers 24 minutes de jeu mène 48-0 contre le Nouveau-Brunswick. Le gagnant de cette rencontre affrontera l'Ontario dans la finale du championnat est-canadien sous 16 ici au terrain Alumni sur le campus de l'Université de Mount Allison. Et l'équipe qui remporte ce match affrontera l'Ontario. Ce match aura lieu dimanche soir, 19h heure de l'Atlantique, 18h heure de l'Est. Et le match pour la 3e position aura lieu à 16h heure de l'Atlantique, 15h heure de l'Est, dimanche.
I don't think there's much doubt as to who we're going to be seeing on Sunday evening for that final, but we want to see if that New Brunswick team can start coming out and just at least capitalizing on some of the plays that they've had. They've just had some nasty, unfortunate turnovers and just, you know, plays that in theory could have been stopped, but just turned into the big plays. And when you get that many, it's just hard to stop the flow.
Yeah, Quebec looked like sharks. They smelled, as soon as they saw that little mistake, they smelled that blood in the water, and they would capitalize each and every time. So now New Brunswick has just got to clean up those mistakes and just try to get a couple good drives.
I said at one point in the half that if you get 5 yards every play, you'll score. But you have, you know, you think about that, that will take you 15 plays, and you have to do it over and over again. Well, Quebec, and New Brunswick has been able to do it for 3 plays, 4 plays, 5 plays. Quebec, hey, if you're getting 70-yard plays, it's just that easier. And the difference is the big plays. And the big plays are the result of the athleticism, the speed that you talked about, Roger, for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've seen here in the first half. You know, those receivers and the running backs that Quebec has, they've got all speed and they got all athleticism. They can, you know, they can do those jump cuts with ease and transition from left to right or right to left very easily. So It's just for New Brunswick to, like you guys mentioned, is to minimize going to the outside, keep them within the numbers. If they can do that, New Brunswick, can come back into this game and make this game a little more competitive.
And secondary-wise, just even maybe have to throw another person back there in depth, because once you're in the chase, and it's interesting because we've been seeing a lot more man, and like compared to this afternoon where we saw a lot of zone, and they're just getting beat on man every single time. And part of that is they're trying to put that pressure up front with the front seven. And bring guys in. You'll be seeing like the safety being brought up, where you're getting safety blitzes or halfback blitzes, or they're trying to do them. And if they don't succeed on that, then it just breaks to the outside, and then they use their speed against them.
Let me take a moment here to identify the rest of the production team here. Justin Narrow is our producer. The technical director is Brian Fisher. Our camera operators are Chris White, Dave Colley, and Brian Fisher. The site coordinator is Ian Allen. My name is Craig Brett. I'm here with Paul Delmotte and Roger Surrett. We're at Alumni Field on the campus of Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick.
I know after going through COVID, it's really nice to see the kids back on the field. After a little while with that delay, it's nice to see them back and
The Football Canada National sponsors and partners: Sport Canada, Volt Athletics, GameStrat, Avis, Invictus Gloves, OPRO Mouthguards, Watch Game Film, and the CFL. Thank you all for being part of the Football Canada team. This is the Football Canada U16 men's Eastern Challenge. 4-team tournament featuring teams from Quebec and New Brunswick are playing tonight. Ontario and Nova Scotia, who met earlier today. Ontario are into the championship final on Sunday. Nova Scotia awaits the loser of today's game in the consolation final. And, of course, the winner of tonight's game will face Ontario on Sunday evening.
also looking into the crowd, you see some members of the New Brunswick girls team who won the bronze medal at the Nationals this year in Regina, Saskatchewan. So congratulations to them. That's first for Team New Brunswick's history on the girls' side, capturing a medal at a national event. So you can see that football in New Brunswick is starting to grow more and more. There is some talent. There's a lot of talent that we're seeing on the field in different age levels, and we see it also at the university levels as well. But it's also a growing sport. It's just to find all those little. It's a sport that a lot of people think that there's a lot of injuries, but it's a great sport. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of physical conditioning to be done, lots of teamwork. I strongly encourage every young player out there to try out football.
When you see something of this caliber for the under-16s and you get that national sort of coverage with them, it helps develop the players during the summer so that when they come in the fall and they start playing for their home teams, that they can bring stuff, whether it's midget or whether it's the high school game or or whatever, just being able to take this kind of on-the-field experience with them and learning things that, okay, that sucks. That didn't work right. Let's figure out how we can fix that going down the road.
Absolutely.
Or the things that do work.
Or do work, yeah. It's like
Plays that work, and also the things behind the scenes, the drills from the coaches at the highest level. They filter down. A player goes, hey, you go to your locker room and they say, hey, what did provincial coach say to do in this circumstance? That kind of thing. It's
and doing the facilities of an AUS football team and getting some of the support of some of the coaching staff here as well just gives them a better view on what's required to play the game at a higher level.
So the teams are back on the field preparing to start the second half. We will have the captains go out to center again to decide on who's playing at which end in the third quarter as the coaches make their way across the field for New Brunswick.
We've all done things we regret. Like that time you cooked fish in the office microwave? Haven't lived that one down yet.
Once again, after 2 quarters of play, score Quebec 48, New Brunswick 0. I'm Craig Brett with Paul Delmotte and Roger Surrett. On the rooftops on the south side of Alumni Field on the campus of Mount Allison University. The sun is setting in the west, as it always does, at least in the song anyway, and presumably in the rest of the world. And that, of course, is the side of the field to our left and to main camera left on this webcast.
Every once in a while you go to cover your game and which side's north, which it's always you always know it here.
You always know where west is in Sackville, where the wind's coming from. All right, now the captains are going to decide what happens. New Brunswick are getting the choice.
My favorite is when we would go down to Acadia, where they had Touchdown Atlantic this year, and it all depended on the tides. The tides would shift, and the wind would shift.
The wind would change direction, yeah.
And then someone who think they were getting wind in the last quarter, all of a sudden weren't.
Coaches need to bring their tide tables down to the minus basin. There's no doubt about it.
Well, for the first time ever that I haven't gone to a Touchdown Atlantic, I was busy last weekend, and I missed it. And man, do I regret it. I've been to every Touchdown Atlantic, even all the exhibition games that were in Halifax.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's a great event. It's a great atmosphere. And just hopefully that the CFL will come to Atlantic Canada on a permanent basis.
Well, the team's there. Like, the structure is there. They just got to get a field. Yep. And that's just, I think, a standard complaint down in that part of
one small
little component.
One little issue there.
They thought they had one spot, and that went away.
Anyway, so by the way, the captain's meeting at in center field there resulted in New Brunswick taking both ball and wind to start the third quarter. Basically, New Brunswick chose ball, and Quebec chose to have wind in the fourth quarter. That's how the meeting.
Botté de dégagement pour le botté d'envoi. Pour le début de cette deuxième demi, le Québec va envoyer le ballon. Le Nouveau-Brunswick va avoir le vent à leur dos pour le début de ce troisième quart.
Crowley on the return, taking it from his own 10, heading up the center of the field, bouncing off a couple players, and gaining about 19 on the return.
Noah Crowley avec un gain de 19 verges sur le retour. Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
No, Crowley, who plays his regular ball at St. John High School in St. John, New Brunswick.
Okay, we have an injured Quebec player. It is the tackler, Evan Pilon. He's been pretty active on those special teams. He's done this is probably his third or fourth.
He's usually that center guy in that point guy.
He got himself sort of tangled up in that tackle. Okay. Seems like a fairly minor complaint. That's good to see. He's walking off under his own steam.
Evan Pilon, blessé sur le dernier jeu, marche au banc sur sa propre force.
9, 8, 5, 7, 9, 8, 4. If you hold the winning number, clean it at the eastern entrance to the stadium. Si vous êtes le détenteur du billet gagnant, vous pouvez réclamer
First and
votre
10, New
prix
Brunswick from
à
their own
l'entrée
29.
principale de l'est du stade. Thank you, merci.
They go sweep with Crowley. He goes left and then right. He needed one more block from his quarterback. Didn't quite get it in time, but he got out to the 42. Good gain on, well, just past the 40s where they're going to spot him. Good gain on first down.
Beau jeu de la part de Noah Crowley, aller à sa gauche, à sa droite. Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Just a little bit of variation. That wasn't a full Statue of Liberty play, but it was a nice little pass behind the back on the sweep on that one.
First down, New Brunswick from their own 40. Running up the middle this time. Well, starting to run up the middle. Loss on the play as Green has nowhere to go.
Samson Green rencontré derrière la ligne offensive par deux joueurs du Québec. Deuxième essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick et 12 verges à faire.
Johan Saint-Martin on the tackle that time for...
Yeah, he was just secured the football and got hit just as he was trying to see if there was anywhere he could run to.
So 2nd and 12 for New Brunswick. Lots of motion in the backfield. Oh, Crowley with a handoff. He drops it and it's jumped on by Eric St. Coeur of New Brunswick to maintain possession for the home team.
Recovers the fumble.
Eric St. Coeur qui prend le ballon après que Crowley l'a échappé. Troisième essai et un botté de dégagement pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
So on 3rd and 15, the punt team steps out for New Brunswick.
Or started a standard pass off and he just wasn't able to secure the football.
Allen with the kick. Ball is fumbled, and New Brunswick recover.
David Gabriel Georges qui échappe le ballon et le Nouveau-Brunswick récupère. Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. This could be the opening that New Brunswick is looking for.
Landon Dingy with the fumble recovery for New Brunswick.
Yeah, that one is, again, ball just went right through the arms. Goes down, hits the knees, bounces forward, and Dingy was there and just was able to wrap up on the football.
Yeah, the wind is swirling. I think that played a little tricks on that ball. In any event, New Brunswick with the break. They get it 1st and 10 at the Quebec 47. Handoff nowhere for the receiver to go that time as Brannon is wrapped up.
Noah Brannon amarré et envoyé par derrière pour une perte de 2 verges. Deuxième essai et 12 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Félix Gauthier on the tackle.
Yeah, he had
Quebec.
a double arm secure on that one. Just came around and Gauthier was able to wrap him up and keep him from going anywhere. Loss of 2 yards.
2nd and 12. Hicks looking to throw this one. Lobs it up. Crowley comes back to the football. Makes the catch. He's a yard short of the first down.
Sur la passe de Hicks, attrapé par Crowley. Crowley qui a reconnu que le ballon n'était pas si loin. Il retourne à l'intérieur, attrape le ballon. Bel effort individuel pour le receveur du Nouveau-Brunswick.
Lots of back pressure on that. He was just able to get that football off, but Crowley came back and secured.
3rd and 1. Hicks under center. He's going to run up the gut left side. He's going to follow that big left guard again. And he gains, what, about 12 yards and a first down.
Oliver Hicks décide de garder le ballon sur le troisième essai et 1. Une course de 12 verges. Premier essai.
That short yardage play, that's a keeper.
Yeah, he's done that exact same play in the first quarter, and he ran for at least 10 yards.
Yeah, so it's being very successful. They're locking towards the center. He goes right behind the guard. And
well, yeah, Eric St. Coeur is the biggest lineman, the left guard on this team. He just makes a big hole. So they're going to try it again on, on first down. And I think maybe it was just a little too...
A little too jumpy.
Short yardage play. Good short yardage.
Sorry, Nick Schmidt, 56, is the big guy there in the left guard position. But no, I think they kind of read it that time.
Deuxième course de suite pour Oliver Hicks. Cette fois-ci pour 2 verges. Deuxième essai et 8 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Ballon est à la 26 de la zone du Québec.
From the Quebec 26, 2nd and 8 for New Brunswick. Hicks in the shotgun. Empty backfield as he takes the snap. Whistle blows. I think we have some pre-snap movement. Whoa, and Hicks got walloped as he threw the ball. And it was Boilly, the linebacker for Quebec.
Mouvement sur la ligne offensive pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
That'll bring up 2nd and 13 with the illegal procedure penalty. Move it back to the 31.
No, he did get the football off, and it was received, but that was also when the whistle was blowing. So people just sort of check up once they hear that. So.
Under 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Quebec lead by 48. Hicks takes the snap, under pressure, going deep, looking for Crowley, and beyond his reach, and we have a penalty marker at the end of the play.
Passe de Hicks trop loin pour Crowley, mais on a un mouchoir sur le terrain.
They may have called pass interference.
Est-ce que ça pourrait être obstruction de la passe?
On Ziete, we'll see.
I think JT was the one because he had his arm on his shoulder. You can reach out and touch and hit the side, but he had it on his shoulder pad. And as I noticed that, I saw the flag coming out.
Yeah, the official will call that every single time.
Yeah. I mean, you're allowed to reach out for distance and touch, but you cannot grasp.
And that is the call, 15 yards, 15 verges de pénalité. Le Nouveau-Brunswick se rapproche de la zone de but. Premier essai 10, le ballon à la 16 de la zone du Québec.
From the Quebec 16, 1st and 10 New Brunswick following the pass interference penalty. Handoff to Crowley from the slot back position. He's going to carry everybody. Rugby ball! Rugby ball ensues. Everybody's pushing everybody. Crowley is in there somewhere. The ball is there and there somewhere. And finally it collapses outside the 5-yard line.
22 joueurs autour de la balle. Noah Crowley avec le ballon. Quel effort individuel pour le receveur du Nouveau-Brunswick. Pour 9 verges, deuxième essai, 1. That is unreal. That shows leg strength and also keeping the ball and just everybody surrounding him. Like, who's going to push him back? Who's going to push him forward? Next thing you know, they were going sideways.
It was a rugby maul. He just got in the middle of that a massive humanity, and they just kept pushing.
2nd and 1 is the result for New Brunswick. Going to try Crowley again, left side. He gets around the first tackle, puts his head down. Another rugby maul. This time he's held up outside the. Oh no, we got a flag at the end of the situation. He got to about the 3. It'll be 1st and goal, New Brunswick. Well, depending on what happened with the penalty.
Noah Crowley plaqué à la 3, mouchoir sur le terrain.
Crowley is down as a receiver, but he's been doing running back duties all this the second half, and just solid play.
Yeah, doing the old jet sweep.
Yeah.
Slot back sweep.
Yeah, both Crowley and Brandon do that. They're the 2 slot backs. What do we got for a penalty?
Objectionable conduct call.
Objectionable conduct against Quebec. That moves the ball to the 1. 1st and goal, New Brunswick from the 1.
1st and goal at the 1.
You have an injured player on the field?
We do, an injured Quebec player.
Premier essai.
Joueur blessé du côté du Québec. Premier essai et ballon à la 1. Le Nouveau-Brunswick si près de marquer un touché.
I think he got caught up in the press there. They've had a couple of those rugby-style mauls happening, and you just get caught up and twisted.
Yeah.
Volt Athletics is the official supplier of online strength and conditioning services for Football Canada. To find out how you or your team can be in top competitive shape with sport-specific workouts, visit voltathletics.com. Also, OPRO are proud to be the official mouthguard of Football Canada. OPRO provide the world's most technically advanced range of mouthguards, ensuring every athlete has the best protection for their teeth. Stay protected and buy your Football Canada mouthguard at opromouthguards.com. OPRO is spelled O-P-R-O. First and goal for New Brunswick from the 1.
Et la foule se lève pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. 2 minutes, 15 secondes à faire dans ce troisième quart.
Handoff to Crowley, left side.
Crowley, the ball carrier.
And he didn't get in.
Crowley, le porteur du ballon, n'a pas entré. Plaqué encore à la 1, deuxième essai et but.
He got spun around at the line of scrimmage and was just trying to push backwards, but that puts the football on the other side of your body. So his back may have crossed the plane, but the ball did not.
I'd go quarterback keeper here if I was New Brunswick.
It works a little bit. This time Hicks goes left side. Down.
Le touché Nouveau-Brunswick, Oliver Hicks, qui va derrière le garde sur le côté gauche. Le premier touché de la rencontre pour la formation du Nouveau-Brunswick.
Roger, they're going to sign you up as coach. You're calling the right plays.
Well, I call what I see, and you know, that quarterback sneak over on the left side, over at the left guard, has worked a couple of times in this game. And when you're so close to the goal, why not?
Why not?
You go for that. You go with what's worked so far.
You're going to get a yard. You're definitely getting a yard on that one.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big boy on that left guard.
Absolutely. Oh, it looks like we have another injured player from Quebec.
We have an injury on the field.
We do. I think so. No. New Brunswick are... I'm not sure what's going on. New Brunswick are trying to get the right personnel out there for the convert. Oh, we do have both teams on their knees though, so that usually means somebody's injured. In the meantime, New Brunswick are getting their people organized. Yes, I do see the training staff from Quebec on the field.
Just to throw this in there, Nick Schmidt is 6 foot, 320 pounds, and plays for St. Malachy's High School in St. John.
How many pounds did you say, Paul?
320.
U16.
U16.
Wow.
Let him run.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 99, numéro 99.
And he's been able to move too.
Yeah.
Like he's not just like he is.
He's very agile for like you usually think they 6 feet 320, but he's very agile, very mobile, shifty, going left to right with ease. Mouchoir sur le terrain après le botte de transformation.
So we see what's happened with the convert. It looked like it was good from Allen.
Convert was good.
By the way, the injured Quebec player was Thomas Vézina. He walked off under his own power. That's good to see. Convert was good. And the points are on the board. That makes the score Quebec 48, New Brunswick 7. With no time remaining in the third quarter.
Well, New Brunswick has dominated this third quarter. They punted the ball away, but one mistake on the punt return, recover the ball, and they kept full control of that ball during the third quarter. They've had possession for the entire 12 minutes. They made sure that Quebec did not have their offense on the field, and you can see the results on the board. They get a 7.
That's a surefire way to keep Quebec from scoring.
Keep them off the field.
I don't know why the clock was running during the converts.
I don't know. They had a couple there where the clock should have stopped, but now we're into the fourth quarter, so they're going to do
unnecessary roughness on New Brunswick. Rudesse non nécessaire.
Okay, so it was unnecessary roughness against Quebec on the convert was the penalty, contacting the center, which is an extra safety precaution in U16. And so that means
that's a rule sort of across the football now. You can't line up across the center.
That's right.
Someone went into the center, and that's just to protect the snapper.
Exactly.
The long snapper.
And so there should be a kickoff coming from the 50-yard line. Here we go. Kickoff coming from the Quebec 50 to Quebec.
Rudesse sur le joueur du centre contre le Québec. Mauvais alignement. Pénalité de 15 verges. On aura le botté qui sera à la 50 dans la zone du Québec.
Okay, so Allen gets to kick it off reasonably close. No, he wants to kick it off, but the clock is, there we go. The clock wasn't showing 12, now it is. We're ready to go. About to start the fourth quarter. It was a good third one for Team New Brunswick. The chant is 5:06. For those of you away from here, that's the area code for New Brunswick. Kickoff is fumbled, but then picked up and run back by Dewey, I think it was over there. And we have a flag on the play. Return is out to the 26, but we'll see what happens.
Mouchoir sur le terrain.
There was a high tackle on that. I'm not sure if it was a face mask or not.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm expecting an unnecessary roughness call against New Brunswick here, but we'll see what the officials have to say. Okay, referee about to give us a signal. Unnecessary roughness, face mask. You're right, Paul, against New Brunswick. That'll be 15 yards tacked on after the play, and Quebec will start 1st and 10 from their own 41.
Pénalité sur le Nouveau-Brunswick pour avoir retenu la grille. 15 verges. Premier essai pour le Québec. Ballon à la 41 dans leur propre zone.
A little bit of a low snap, and we have a flag as the running play with Lapointe doesn't go anywhere.
Procedure.
Mouvement sur la ligne offensive avant le jeu. Ça va faire reculer le Québec de 5 verges.
Yeah, play doesn't get off the mark, and I think it was on the left side of the line that the tackle jumped up.
So that brings up 1st and 15. O'Connell still out there at quarterback for Quebec. New Brunswick going with 5 on the line. Hand off to Lapointe. He is wrestled to the ground as he crosses the line of scrimmage.
Lapointe plaqué
Lapointe est dans le
avec un gain de 2 verges.
Lapointe was the ball carrier.
Dingy on the tackle for New Brunswick.
They were show and run. The New Brunswick was playing run. There was no one in the secondary. There's just everyone was crept up to the line.
So 2nd and a long 13.
985-7984. 985-7984. Le numéro gagnant. 985.
New Brunswick showing blitz. Here they come. There goes deep pass. Hangs up. And it's hauled out of the sky
Belle
by
passe.
Lusierois.
Une belle passe de O'Connell à Augustin Lucierois. Premier essai pour le Québec.
Liam Dickinson played that perfectly. He was in the right spot, but he just climbed, the receiver climbed the ladder and just was able to reel that in. There's just no way to get up there.
Yeah, that was just physical ability again. He's taller, he can jump higher, and he got to the ball. Handoff right side, Lapointe with a head of steam, and he's wrestled to the ground.
La pointe qui va à l'extérieur, plaquée par Will Warman. Deuxième essai pour le Québec. Un gain de 3 verges.
Yeah, Warman just shed his block, got around the side, and was able to wrap up and keep him to 3 yards on the carry. It looked like he was going to get to the outside.
Yeah, he had a good head of steam, but Warman reacted. 2nd and 7 from the 45. O'Connell back to throw, and he's wrapped up.
Un sac du corps pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. C'est John O'Neill.
Yeah, John O'Neill came in and just, you let the outside, you have to block, you have to keep everything in place, and you let them do the long route, and he got around and was able to wrap up on the quarterback.
John O'Neill on the depth chart, by the way, is a running back. However, using that speed that time, coming around the corner on the blitz.
Bottée de dégagement pour le Québec, avec 7 minutes 20 secondes à faire dans ce 4e quart.
Sackville been to punt for Quebec. He stands just outside his own 40-yard line. It's a nice snap. Beautiful spiraling kick. Crowley lets it bounce at the New Brunswick 15. Finally corrals it inside his 5. Penalty markers fly as Crowley is knocked down at the 10. And we also have an injured Quebec player in the tackle.
Joueur du Québec blessé sur la séquence. Crowley, plaqué à la 10, mouchoir sur le terrain.
I think it's Anton Baudouin who's the injured Quebec player.
Yeah, Landon Dingy on the play just did a block from behind just around the hash marks, and then that flag came out very quickly.
So it's 1st and 109, I'm afraid, for New Brunswick as the ball is at the New Brunswick 1.
Yeah.
Pénalité sera à la 1. Ballon sera mis à la 1. Donc, le Nouveau-Brunswick ont 109 verges à faire sur ce terrain pour avoir des points.
She's getting at the tail end of the game, and just when you start getting guys getting dinged up and just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And this type of game, that's not the one type of stuff you want to see happen.
Invictus is the proud football glove provider for Football Canada and its national teams. If you're in need of quality football gloves with unique and customizable designs, visit invictusgloves.com. Stick to your game with Invictus.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 22, messieurs, dames, le numéro 22, Antoine Baudin.
Need to evaluate players, scout an opponent, stream the action, or celebrate your performance? Watch Game Film offers so many great features that can be custom fit to any team's needs. Visit watchgamefilm.com for more info. First down to Brunswick. That's the good news for the home team. They're at their own 1. That's the bad news for the home team. Hicks under center. Hands it off up the middle. And Green lunges forward across the 5 to give his team a little bit of breathing room.
Samson Green avec une course de 4 verges, deuxième essai et 6. Just giving themselves a little bit of breathing room.
Open up the playbook a little bit.
Yeah, very tight formation. 2 tight ends. Slot backs are going to try Green again. He's just going to go over right guard.
Maybe get 3 yards on the carry.
If that.
Samson Green once again.
So bring up 3rd and about 3. And the punt team steps on the field.
So now Allen is going to punt from his end zone.
Yeah, I mean, if this were the CIS, we would know what would happen. He would not punt from his end zone, but hard to say. He may kick this one, he may not. Who's the
He's
returner?
got some good range on that leg.
Yeah. Gabriel Georges for Quebec near the New Brunswick 45 to receive the kick. Now he's creeping ever more forward to the 40. Allen kicks it in a hurry, and it sidewinds out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Mauvais botté d'Allen. Ballon qui va hors jeu à la 16 de la zone du Nouveau-Brunswick.
There was stress on that kick, and he had a little bit more time, and he was just too rushed to get it away. But he's been doing really good kicks, and that's his second. And in both cases, it was just because of perceived pressure.
We'd also like to remind both teams
Under 5 minutes remaining now in the fourth quarter.
Looks like they'll have to do a re-kick. Nope.
No, Quebec first and 10 from the 16 of New Brunswick. Zachary Deschamps.
I forgot Allen is the safety as well. So
that's right. He's in the same position, isn't he?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Gil Allen now standing almost the same spot as he was before, but now as the safety for Team New Brunswick. Oh, now he's coming up to show blitz almost. And they hand it off to Gabriel Georges. He just powers his way through the middle for a gain of 5, maybe 6.
David Gabriel Georges, une course dans le milieu pour 5 verges, deuxième essai.
Yeah, just take the safe plays on that. You got lots of time. You can take your running back and you're close in. The game, you've got the score in hand.
Pilon comes in at running back on this play. For Quebec. Going to throw this one, and a little too high for the intended receiver. Falls incomplete in the end zone.
Passe incomplète. Ballon trop haut.
I
think Boulanger was the intended receiver.
And Liam Dickinson, I still feel he got burned on that one PI, but that was just, he's timing that perfectly. He's getting the hit right when the ball was arriving and well in the back pocket of the receiver. So good play from
Botté d'essai pour le Québec. Va tenter de monter l'écart à 51-7 avec moins de 3 minutes à faire dans ce quatrième quart.
18-yard field goal attempt upcoming for Quebec. Jacob going to try this one from just inside the right-hand hash mark. Ball is on the pin, gets it up. No doubt about it. Put 3 more points on the board for Quebec, makes the score. Quebec 51, New Brunswick 7.
Botté réussi, aucun doute, direct dans le milieu. 51-7 pour le Québec.
Clock's still running. I think the idea is they're not stopping the clock here in this quarter at all, Paul.
Yeah, I think they're just they know the game's in hand, and let's heat up the clock and make sure everyone walks off the field. And you don't need any more injuries.
Everybody has a game to play on Sunday, and Sunday isn't that far away in football time. Really, you think about it.
No, usually football you play once a week, and when you play 2 and 4 days, it's your body has to recuperate pretty quickly.
The thing about not having stop time is you need to give the 3-minute warning with a minute and a half left. New Brunswick have elected to take the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35 following the field goal rather than have a kickoff play. They'll set the ball on the left-hand hash mark. Oliver Hicks has spread offense around him. Hands it off. I think that's the new running back there for it's Jax Johnstone for New Brunswick. He gains a yard or 2, and there's a penalty marker
Jax Johnstone, première fois dans la rencontre, court pour une verge, mais pénalité sur le terrain.
We have a face mask penalty against Quebec, and that'll be 15 yards and an automatic first down for New Brunswick.
Pénalité contre le Québec pour avoir retenu la grille du casque protecteur.
Big walk down the field for Team New Brunswick.
First and 10 from their own 52. New Brunswick break the huddle, 41.2 seconds remaining. Hand off to Crowley. He has a gap left side. Now cuts back over the middle, and he's tripped up just as he was seeing pay dirt.
First down, New Brunswick.
That was Saint-Martin with a big tackle for
Saint-Martin.
Quebec.
Just got that shoestring tackle because he was open out to the side. He had been pushed down, got the arm out, and was able to trip him up.
Crowley avait une ouverture si près. A été plaqué sur le bout du pied. Premier essai quand même pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Got a substitution for New Brunswick. Crowley is being asked to leave. Here's an equipment issue. The officials asked him to leave. .5 seconds left on the clock. Probably the last play, barring penalty.
Dernier jeu de cette rencontre. Le Québec qui s'en ira à la finale dimanche soir, 18h heure de l'Est contre l'Ontario.
All right, hand off to the slot back. That time it was Laurent Dupuis. He's run out of bounds.
Laurent Dupuis avec une course de 3 verges. Et c'est la fin de la rencontre. Victoire pour le Québec, 51-7 contre le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Okay, so Craig's going to run down and have the coach interview, but we can occupy some time at the end here. We can that being part of what we saw here is a dominant Quebec team, and coming out dominant program, speed, execution of plays.
It was a dominant performance from Quebec in the first 24 minutes. New Brunswick corrected some issues in the second half. They had that long drive, but it was too little too late. You can see Quebec's athleticism and speed, overall team speed. They're going to be tough to beat on Sunday against Ontario.
Yeah, having seen the Ontario game, I don't see them, it's going to be a tighter match than this, but holy cow, just how do you deal with that speed? And it's mostly where they really had issues on this one was in the defensive backs. There was some corrections done. We could see that in the second half where they were playing a little bit better on that. But their ability to exploit any opportunity, like just to see if they saw open green in front of them, it was just like a sixth gear that just sort of.
As soon as they would pass that defensive line, they would be in that second zone. They would see all of their options that they had, and they would pick the best one, and they would never be wrong. And as soon as they hit that gear, that extra gear, like you've mentioned, they were long gone.
Just like a whole bunch of track stars out there.
Yes.
Because, when I played, it's all about the angles, right? You always have to make sure that you get the right angle to get to the person. You didn't chase after the person. You went to the spot that you could get to them. And when you're in that far trail position, in most cases, they just can't catch up to you, right? When you have that pure speed and you can't get that angle in front. So, but we were seeing some really cool play coming in at the end there. A bit better play from the defensive backs from Team New Brunswick. But a couple of those interesting up the gut sort of behind the left guard runs that were just powering down the field. So while the score does show 51-7, it's still New Brunswick was showing us some stuff at the end. Right now they're going to be giving the best offense and defense on both sides of the team.
Thank you. Juste un avis pour les parents, amis des participants du match de rester dans les zones de spectateurs. Ça sera fortement apprécié. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join in congratulating both teams on a very good game and a great performance. Messieurs, dames, une très bonne performance. Merci à nos deux équipes. Ladies and gentlemen, now at midfield, we will present our most valuable offensive and valuable defensive players dans le match. Awards to both teams. Faisant la présentation des prix, Kent Johnson is going to help us with the award presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the most valuable defensive player of the game for Team New Brunswick, le joueur par excellence défensive de l'équipe de New Brunswick ce soir, tonight, number 99, le numéro 99, Landon Dingy.
Okay, New Brunswick defensive player was number 99. Landon Dingy, and he was doing some phenomenal plays throughout the game. Able to stop up some of the runs and get punched through the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, messieurs, dames, the winner of the most valuable offensive player of the game for New Brunswick, le joueur offensif par excellence de l'équipe de Nouveau-Brunswick, number 5, le numéro 5, Noah Crowley.
And of course, Noah Crowley comes in. I would love to see the stats on this game.
Yep.
They would be so interesting. But Noah Crowley getting the best Team New Brunswick offensive player.
Always involved, like when the ball was in play. Most of the time, it was at his direction.
Ladies and gentlemen, messieurs, dames, most valuable defensive player for Team Quebec, le joueur par excellence défensive de l'équipe du Québec, number 95, le numéro 95, Jaden Arunas Michel.
As he comes out donning the Quebec flag as a cape.
Played a great game on the defensive side.
And that's number 95, Jaden Andreas Michel. 6'4", 233, Anglais de WVO in Vaudreuil.
Offensive player of the game for Quebec, le joueur par excellence offensive de l'équipe du Québec. Number 2, le numéro 2, Caden Dewey.
And Caden Dewey gets the offensive player.
Yeah, we only saw him in the first quarter, but those two plays that he made is the reason why he is an absolutely explosive football player, and you can see why on the field.
You think he had played more, but he was just. I think part of that too, and if they looked at some numbers for like the amount he ran and what he would make, the big playmaker. Great to see him play, and they were going through rotation with their players in order to get people field time and also protect their players for the game on. And that's what you got to do. And that always annoys me when you see the teams, they're always playing their best players, and they keep forgetting there's another game down the road that you got to make sure everyone's healthy for.
But you can see in Quebec, like they can go 2-3 deep easily in different positions that, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's athleticism, everywhere.
Yeah, no, just good, solid by Quebec team. I'm really looking forward to seeing that game on Sunday night. It's going to be a doozy. And we'll see what happens with the New Brunswick. It'll be interesting to see with the New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, see how both these teams play together. Now, Nova Scotia had beaten New Brunswick, I think, in a couple of months ago. So we'll see how they pan out. Okay, and now we're looking to see if Craig is found the coach. And he's just bringing them back. And at this point, this is where we're going to hand off down to our on-field interview with Craig Brett.
Hi, I'm joined now by Scott O'Neill, head coach of Team New Brunswick. Still has some work to do to keep the guys in order. Coach, not the result you wanted, but some good stuff there in the second half. What do you think?
Not too bad. I mean, obviously the beginning of the game was not very good. We went down very, very early in the game, and I think our kids were a little bit overwhelmed. But then once they just settled down and realized that's just another football game, we started playing football. And the message to them every time they came off, I said, boys, just keep playing football. This is a football game. Yeah, they got some athletes over there, but let's just keep playing football. The message at halftime was just keep fighting. And I was very proud of the way they came out second half, and we won the second half.
That's great. So that augurs well for Nova Scotia on Sunday. How do you think that's going to play out?
Well, I watched Nova Scotia play Ontario, and it was a very tough game. Nova Scotia played very, very tough. And again, same thing. We're going to prepare for this next game just like we prepared for every game so far. And, we're just talking as coaches, getting back, getting the film up, and start breaking it down, getting ready for Sunday.
All right. Well, congratulations to you and to Football New Brunswick for being gracious hosts for this tournament. And good luck to you on Sunday, and thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much.